So today we're at Combat Thetford with a brand new Pulsar Thermion Duo, and as you can see, if I pause it right here, you can probably see a couple of people, but then switch to thermal and it's a lot easier. What's special about this scope is that you can have the daytime scope running on the same screen at the top, as you can see here. So you can choose to have either full thermal vision, full daytime vision, or a mixture of the two as you wish. You can see the picture in picture. Daytime is at 4x zoom and the main screen will be at 2x zoom. The thermals they're not new, but really in airsoft you've never been able to make the most out of them because you can't see BBs because they don't generate a signature of heat. And as you can see from here, it just makes spotting people so much easier. This is the warm-up game, and we're now going to go into our first game where we're defending a safe from 5 safe crackers on the opposite team. They need to try and crack the safe. We've got 2 guys here. We're being picked off by a sniper as we're trying to increase our line of defence. And unfortunately, these guys go off to try and find the chap who's shooting them. Stick on the thermal, and I just spot him here. And this is little Albie. Sneaky little sausage that he is. And we managed to tag him. And then he's soon going to be going back to the regen zone. There he goes. But it's just how quickly you can pick up people. The scope itself, you'll see there, the screen does freeze slightly. This is a purging, I believe, I could be wrong, but it happens every now and then, it's fine. And just to give you a quick flick round so you can see how dense this area of the woodland is. You can see someone else here. It's quite hard to throw the shot through at this point. The scope itself isn't overly heavy, it weighs less than a kilo. And it's about 42 centimeters long, so the weight's spread quite nicely. The arrows you see on the side of the screen are there to show, it shows you if you're canting, and the arrows are pointing as to where it needs to be moved to get that scope back on 0. This is someone on our team, but if you look at the top picture versus the thermal, just highlights how easy it is to see. And this guy here is on the opposition team, and I would have struggled to see him for a little while, but again, you can't lie to a thermal. So now we're attacking, and we're going to go up on our left, defender's right. We decided to take this course because it's got a little bit more cover. The safe cracking guys, there's only 5 on each team, and they have a white armband, and they need to get to a safe that's in the open. So what we're going to try and do is work our way forwards, see what we can see, try and create a little barrier for the defenders so our guys can hopefully move up. Here's Gilly Sniper Girl. I'm asking, does my bum look big in this? No, of course not, Jay. There we go. So from here, we've got a pretty good position. We can see through some of the foliage. And there you can see there's someone hiding behind these 2 green barricades. So we're using .36s. It's actually AG power, so I don't have to worry about the amount of BBs in the air at the time. But what is nice about that daytime smaller picture is I can see where the BBs are going. So now I'm having to push forward to try and get to a better firing position, see if we can create a bit more havoc. So this isn't a bad position, we've got a better view, but again, as you can see on the top screen, there's still a lot of foliage in the way. So we can spot people, but we're having a bit of a problem trying to get them out. To be honest, the scope did feel a little bit like I was cheating on the day because you don't even look for the people now, you just look for the heat signature, and it's so simple. They are quite expensive. There is a cost attached to these. This scope is just over £4,000. It's quite a big decision to get one, but I've been looking at them for a little while. And see this guy here, we just can't get him because there's too much foliage in the way. So we're going to have to just push in a little bit further and hope we don't get spotted. There's no real sneaky way of doing this just because of the amount of foliage, so it's just kind of trying to make a break for it, and then we finally get to a good firing position. And I always tend to put this down onto the cover of the thermal camera to stop any stray BB hits. And now we can start picking off the defenders, making a bit of a hole, trying to get our guys up. the zeroing, you have to zero the daytime scope and the thermal separately, but they do have X and Y coordinates. So once you do the daytime scope, you just copy the coordinates to the thermal and it's done. Very simple, very easy to do. So a couple more guys coming in. We've got a clear line of sight around here. A couple of shots off, he's gone. And he's got some company back to the regen zone. Now we're going to do another game. This was a briefcase game, and it's way more open here, and this is just a bit of fun, just to show you, just picking out people, shooting a few BBs off. All in all, very good day. As I say, this is Combat Thetford up near Eldon Forest. The Pulsar Thermion Duo has an inbuilt battery, and it comes with a short 2-hour extended battery that you just put in one of the turrets at the top. I actually bought the slightly longer battery. The longer turret actually comes with the scope itself, and this provides you, I believe it's up to 4 hours, and the internal battery is around 6 hours. This battery did only last 2 hours, but I didn't have any problems with the battery for the rest of the day. It will use the external battery power source first before it reverts to the internal battery. It also has a 16 megabit internal memory. There's no SD card slots, but you can link to your phone via an app or an iPad or PC, whatever you want to do it, download the footage, format the internal memory, and away you go again. I didn't have any problems with the amount of footage. I mean, this is only about half the day. Didn't want to make the video too long, but overall, very impressed. But there is that price tag. Thanks for watching.